What's up, Met fans? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a big one for you. We're talking about why the New York Mets should sign Juan Soto in free agency. Now, I know you've probably heard the rumors, but today we're going to dive into the numbers, the fit, why this is a game-changing move for the Mets in 2024 and beyond. Juan Soto, the man, can flat out hit, guys. He's one of the most feared hitters in all of baseball. His potential is crazy. For a 25, 26-year-old, it's insane. Potential to transform a lineup is second to none. So let's break this down, shall we? First off, let's talk about why Juan Soto is so special. This guy is a professional hitter in every sense of the word. Over the last 5 seasons, Soto has posted a career on-base percentage of over .420. That's in elite territory. In fact, over his first 5 years, Soto's OBP on base percentage was higher than legends like Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, and Hank Aaron at the same age. Now let that sink in. It's crazy, right? Yeah. Juan Soto is the kind of guy who can work counts, get on base, make pitchers sweat. You've seen in the postseason, you've seen what he did with the Yankees, and he's definitely made those pitchers sweat. His approach at the plate is unmatched. No one is really like this guy. Imagine him in the Mets lineup paired with, guys like Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, or Starling Marte. But honestly, Pete Alonso, we don't know if he's going to be with the Mets going forward. So imagine him with guys like Mark Vientos, like a Jeff McNeil, like a Luis Angel Acuna, a Starling Marte as well. There is a lot of potential when it comes to Juan Soto in this lineup. That is a dynamic top of the order. Imagine Mark Vientos, Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto in the same lineup. Now, that is a lot of power, and that is definitely dynamic. That's what I really love when it comes to free agency. You get to really love and think about what Juan Soto and what guys like Juan Soto brings to the table. Now, here's the thing. Juan Soto doesn't just get on base. He hits for power, too. With 30-plus home run potential and the ability to hit for a solid average, you're getting both volume and consistency. And in today's game, that's the kind of bat it's worth. It's worth it. It's really worth it. This guy is really special. Now, let's talk about the fit with the New York Mets. Exactly. Right now, the Mets are in a transition phase. We saw what happened last year when they didn't really go after so much big free agents. But now they're going after, bigger free agents in 2024 free agency. They've got a strong core, though. They got guys like Mark Vientos. They got Francisco Lindor. They got Luis Angel Acuna. They got Starling Marte. They got Brandon Nimmo. They got Jeff McNeil still. That is a core that is definitely a core that is impressive, but it needs something. And they need to find a way to close the gap with the top teams in the National League. Adding a bat like Juan Soto to the lineup doesn't just give the Mets another bat. It gives them an elite bat. A player who can hit anywhere in the order, whether it's in the 2-hole right behind a guy like Pete Alonso, let's say if you bring him back, or a guy, Mark, or let's say you pair him with Francisco Lindor. You put Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor in the same lineup. It's really beautiful, to be honest. Just imagine Francisco Lindor in the leadoff spot, and then you got Juan Soto right after him. Now, that is dynamic right there. Soto has proven time and time again that he is a clutch hitter. Imagine him coming up in the 8th inning to tie a game with a runner on base. You're telling me that's not a nightmare scenario for the other team? It definitely is. He can change the game in any instant, and that is why Juan Soto is so special. Now, think about it. With Juan Soto added to the mix, the Mets go from having a solid lineup to a scary one. They can be consistent. They can hit for power, and they can produce in clutch situations. That is something Juan Soto definitely brings to the table and can add to the New York Mets. All things Mets need as they look to contend in the coming seasons. Now, we know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking, guys. I know exactly what you're thinking. What about his defense? His defense isn't that great. Sure, Juan Soto is not a Gold Glove caliber outfielder. He's not going to win you a lot of games with his glove, but he's more servable, in the corner spot, like a left field, like a right field. Now, right field in Citi Field is definitely more harder, or a harder position to play than it is in Yankee Stadium, which he did in the previous year. So Juan Soto in left field, I feel like that is the best probably fit for the New York Mets for Juan Soto if he does sign with the New York Mets. Plus, we've seen, how important a strong offense, a strong defense is. But the reality is, when you have a player like Juan Soto, you're not signing him for his glove. You're signing him to make your offense unstoppable and make such a big difference for your offense. Okay, let's talk dollars. Let's talk cents. I know you guys want to talk dollars. I know you guys want to talk cents. And financial, this is where the Mets have the edge over other teams. Like, let's say the Dodgers. Let's say other teams. Like the Dodgers already have a commitment with Shohei Ohtani. So I really don't think that the Dodgers are going to try to sign Juan Soto. But you never know with baseball. You never know what's going to happen. And you didn't know that they were going to defer so much money and get a guy like Shohei Ohtani. It was amazing. But man, we know that the Mets have the financial muscle to make big moves. Steve Cohen isn't shy about spending when it comes to putting a winner on the field. Soto's going to command a huge contract, no doubt. No doubt. A huge contract, no doubt. We're talking somewhere in the ballpark of, 8 to 12 years, maybe 8 to 10 years. I would say 600 mil. Around there, at 600, I think 600,000 is what he's gonna want. Not 600 is gonna probably what he wants. He's gonna want 600 mil, and that is gonna be a lot of money. But a guy like Juan Soto is definitely a guy you have to go after if you're Steve Cohen. You have the money, you have the ability to get this guy. That is something you have over teams. Now, Steve Cohen is rich. We know he's a freaking billionaire. We know that. He's going to do everything in his power to get Juan Soto. Obviously, you saw last year they tried to get Yamamoto. They offered him the same type of contract for Yamamoto because they had the money. They had the money, but Yamamoto went to the Dodgers, and that was a different story. Juan Soto I don't think he's going to the Dodgers. But here's the thing. The Mets are in a win now mode. They really can afford to make this investment. They have the financial flexibility to surround Soto with key players. Let's not forget the Mets have a strong farm system, like guys like Jet Williams, like Ronnie Mauricio, like Luis Angel Acuna, like Mark Vientos already in the league. So I think when it comes to guys, if you sign Juan Soto, you have talent that you can put with him. And I really like that. Signing Juan Soto could be a cornerstone move for both short-term success and long-term, sustainability. It really is. It really, really is. Now, the Mets are at a crossroads. They got a talented roster, but they're still a piece or two away from truly competing for a championship. Adding a guy like Juan Soto could be that missing piece. We saw what they did last year and get a guy like JD Martinez. That was not the answer. JD Martinez was a aging guy that really did not perform in a big spot when he really needed to. But Juan Soto is a generational talent. He makes the Mets a serious threat in the postseason. And in general, he makes the Mets a more serious threat. When you have a bat like him, you're instantly probably going to be a contender. Obviously pitching, they got to make pitching, they got to fix the pitching. Obviously, we know that. But offensively, you become a big contender when it comes to one of the best offenses in the league. In fact, with Juan Soto on the fold, the Mets championship window probably opens better. You're talking about a team with elite hitters across the board, a dynamic rotation. Now, the dynamic rotation, I feel like the New York Mets, they have to fix the rotation. Obviously, you got Kodai Senga, you got David Peterson, you got Jose Butto. You got to get a guy like maybe Walker Buehler, maybe a Corbin Burns. You got to make those type of moves. But if you get a guy like Juan Soto, can you do all of this? I feel like the Mets, Steve Cohen, why not? Why not? At the end of the day, Steve Cohen has the money. He can do it. Will he do it? I don't know. But the ability to go toe for toe with the best in the National League is what the Mets need. Now, man. So Met fans, what do you think? should the Mets go all in and sign Juan Soto in free agency? If you ask me, this is the move that could put the Mets over the top and put them in position to compete for a World Series title in the next few seasons. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you want Soto in Queens? Don't forget to hit that button, that like button, man. And if you enjoyed the video, definitely do me a favor. Subscribe for more Mets content, and I'll catch you next time.